the Soviet utility to do that, including the Aldrin, which just expired without even clearing bottom. Yeah, didn't even get through sewer.
That is a travesty. Like, again, like you said, they just didn't get anything. They gave up so much map control early. They didn't get any forward space anywhere. And as you said, they've used utility and they've gained nothing for it. Aldrin's already off the table. Yeah, they still have recon bolt for the site, but it's going to come down to basically just brute forcing. And to be fair, 100 Thieves haven't been productive anywhere else other than Asuna's forward angle at Seaside, so no one's really started to rotate yet. So it's still two guys just basically playing retake A.
Oh, that sucks.
B-Dog right down A main. Regrowth will come through for precision.
Retake.
Planet. Noble stole with an astral divide. We'll use that now. That will cut off the play from Heaven and also forward point of content through the B link. Payan holding the very day one corner. He'll be scouted out by that. Cloudburst comes through first. Asuna wants to go right on in. Try to isolate this elimination and does find information. Pico able to find two with the Hunter's Fury. Steel gets the third in the mix. It's up to Leviathan to try to hold things down with precision, who with the entire time played through.
I blacked out.
Oh boy, a little windy in the backside.
I blacked out.
Round is already lost, and there's the lineup. Mummy's gonna find the final 2 kills. Envy up to a very strong start, a very good mid play, catching those 2 players and then immediately splitting back in the garage, knowing that the C site will be weakened due to rotations.
I was thinking about something. I was thinking about something else when that round happened. I didn't even watch any of it.
Most of them. And I think that's going to be pretty dang important, especially if we talk about Brax and potentially
Tim on Jet.
1 point away from very pivotal ultis in terms of team play.
Oh, very fast play from Envy. They're really trying to deny the ult or access here from T1, and it's not working out entirely in their favor. Victor
Timothy!
It's Mummay right behind, but Automatic strikes back with a kill after taking down the run it back, and now Envy, they slowed things down a little bit, but they have full control of the site. The Aldrin will clear, and they are looking solid for a 5th round here possibly, as the spike will go down. Automatic in Heaven is looking to punish someone.
Automatic can certainly look out for Marv as he tries to go for the peek.
Timothy!
Automatic picking up a big one. He gets a big kill where he's actually able to now go. Actually goes for the up drop. Gonna be able to take down Victor. Still one more around the corner. It's gonna be Crashies. Crashies gets a big kill and goes down to Dawn. It's now a 1v1. Dawn versus FNS. Dawn in the middle of sight, right in the middle of the smoke, and FNS comes up from behind, completely throwing off Dawn from where he thought FNS was. FNS comes up from behind, gets the kill, and is now sliding Envy into a 5-0 lead, potentially a 6-0 lead off of this next pistol round, potentially. Sully, Envy, they are on fire.
They are really kicking into high gear. I love it, man. They just full rush into
I don't know what this was.
Deny the chance of that Hunter's Fury coming online. They took the gamble.
They didn't show it, but
perfectly. FNS in the 1v1 coming up massive to give Envy their 5th round. And like you said, this could be 6 here. T1 have really got nothing to play with at the moment. And Envy currently staring at a 6th round at the moment. Mummay right on out with that early dash. He's not taking any chances that they're going to get any orb control. T1 with an opportunity to perhaps shut it down with 3 players anchored to this A side, but that tag is going to be so big. And Envy, they are putting T1 backs against the wall as this A site opens itself up, but this is the lurk I'm talking about, Gus. Look at Marv.
Look at Marv finally pulling off a little bit with that lurk that you mentioned from earlier, but that's just, you know, kind of like almost stereotypical Haven play. Once in a while, you're going to have that lurker. And I think T1 even notices it.
Get this eco.
They're going to keep most of their players at least even throughout sites.
They love these A hits.
2 over towards A. And potentially 1 over towards B. But look at this. Look how close Envy is getting. This could just be the take ASAP. Out goes a Marshall shot. Not going to be able to connect. Instead, it's going to be Mummay trying to make his way up. Same thing with Victor. And this site is theirs already, Sully.
My goodness, this execution. The cam that was thrown into short by Brax didn't get anything.
Nothing.
I think at this point you really can't use it just because you have the lesser guns. There's no point in using it here. It's basically a lost cause, but Envy, a great execution. Marv shows presence on that C site to prevent rotations from coming. Envy cut noise on A. That cam so unlucky that there's nothing that they can get off of that one. And I mean, there's no info relayed to Curry, and now the rest of T1. They're just going to try it. Nothing to lose at this point in time. See what kills they can get, but they're getting mowed down 1 by 1. Brax still coming back a little bit, and it's Victor 3 kills in the round, and you know what that means? 3 ult kill charges back to his ultimate.
Oh my lord. I mean, of all the ultis that I expected to potentially get, you know, nerfed or at least, you know, bumped up a little bit on ult points, like, I actually thought it would be the run it back. If there was one that I had to, you know, be like to right, I'm like, hey, you should really bump up the ult points on this. It would definitely be the run it back, because look how quickly it's going back, and it's so
How did it happen that so many people run Phantom instead of Vandal? Because Phantom's just a better rifle. It's more consistent. You want to use, if you're a pro, you want to use what's most consistent.
It's going to be an absolute symphony of ultimates this round, I would like to think. There are 7 ultimates live on the
At the end of the day, they're both situational, but Phantom
taking towards sewers, their focus is going to be back into garage.
is just better at those. Is better at most situations.
Curry lies, sits in a wait.
Like that one, for example. That with a Vandal, possible, just a little harder.
Could he get a second kill for his team? Noise has definitely been made, and automatic doesn't want to deal with that pressure. Sky ult comes out, Seeker's out, and no one's in garage. Smoke dropped as well. It's great so far from T1, but that kill definitely opens things up, and now the rotation's starting to be pulled.
Not again.
There's no chance to cancel. Commitment has been made, and Crashies already left forward onto the site.
Brax is finally going to go for the Hunter's Fury, but they actually let off the spike because of the Hunter's Fury. That is massive. It's that empty pressure that we mentioned. As Dawn, even just sitting around that heaven area, they're even just thinking about planting that spike. And finally, they go for it at the very end of the lockdown when they know it's safe. Crashies with a great angle, taking full advantage of the lockdown radius, going pretty much into their spawn. Gets a pretty good angle, and now it's going to leave this whole play in a 3v3.
Yeah, Dawn is really going to come up huge with this paranoia. It's the only thing that can set them up, and the only thing that could really punish Crashies' operator. They still have swarms on the site. They still have a turret for the contact. How do T1 approach?
Crashies still sitting up. It's a crossfire with him and FNS. There's one player over toward long, and
Well
there
done.
you go! FNS makes the wide swing, and is going to make this round possible for Envy. One
Damn,
more player
Envy's
remaining
looking
in a
damn
1v3
good.
For T1. It is Dawn.
Looking damn good out there.
Dusted. Crashies with a 3K gives Envy a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, this is looking really, really rough for T1. Sheriffs, nothing really available for T1 in this round. This is another situation where you need that eco, and this was a setup. Marved, or apologies, Dawn had a really good first kill. This flick from Crashies, he puts the pressure back. They realize they lose a little bit of control from that Heaven player, and Crashies is quick, very, very quick to respond with that operator. T1, 7-0 deficit. It really needs to start kicking in here. As Envy, so far so good, and 2 rounds ago, he had his ultimate, and 2 rounds later, Victor's on another run it back.
Unreal, changing the composition of the game again. And both duelists currently have their ultis alongside that Hunter's Fury. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's just so many.
Did the drone not see him?
For Envy round after round.
Oh shit!
It seems, and T1 have already ran out of their options. They utilized almost every single ulti that they had just in the last round. And I say almost every because I don't think Omen TP really counts for him. In we go though. It is going to be Dawn taking away FNS. A couple of players from Envy still scattered around throughout that back line, but that's a
all right. This is it. This is the round.
They almost really.
This is the round.
Seaside, they couldn't make it work.
This is the urn.
It would be a fake. I like this Hunter's Fury. Yeah.
Definitely a big fake. Crashies baiting out the heal as well from the sky. Okay,
well, they know they're going to A now. If he gets one or sits in short and doesn't die, waits for the retake.
Paranoia doesn't hit Victor, so he can still take that space. They know where it came from.
No.
And Crashies is there to punish.
No, he hit him through the wall.
Yeah, and there you go. That's
that sucks.
A-site's gone. 3 players over towards C, 1 player in B. They come in a little bit too late. Now in we go. Gonna be just about 10 seconds left of the clock. Finally, the plane gonna be able to go down. Mummay, who was fast, gonna miss out on the right click, but still gonna be able to pull out the sidearm. Marved, Crashies, Mummay, all 3 getting kills off the post plant in what is a disastrous T1 effort.
Oh my goodness, it looked like it was
Wait, that was a
like
Marshall?
a little bit possible when I saw that guiding light go in and the quick burst from, I think it was Curry to just jump into the site, but he needs to punish Crashies, or apologies, Mummay here at the very least.
Can I replay?
Envy with such a strong 8-0 lead,
I don't know.
T1.
It was probably a Marshall, you're right.
I'm a little
I didn't
lost
even know that was
for
an
words. I
eco.
mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
the performance they brought in Vine, the performance.
I
they
thought it
brought
was
in
a
Split was
force.
phenomenal, but
Well, it was a
this
force.
is
It wasn't an
shocking.
eco because he had a
T1,
specter,
the
right?
automatic
So they
advantage,
like did like a
trying
weird
challenge
half
towards
by
long,
something
but
something.
Envy back to their roots. The A site pressure forcing away those 2 players on A. Brax and Curry together have to force or have to back away just a little bit. And Envy, they know that T1 aren't going to be aggressive over towards C, so they are willing to let them have that space. And Envy, slow walk up towards this A side again. Marv again on his traditional lurk has got smoke set up, and they won't have the assist of that paranoia, so it comes down to the curveballs at the very end.
It's gonna be yet another quick A take, or at least that's what T1 is anticipating, but no, it doesn't happen at all. Instead, there's a player over towards mid that automatic has to look out for, and it could be a very quick B take or C take. We don't know just yet. 50 seconds left in the round, and Envy can just bide their time over towards mid. They still have, however, Skadoodle getting all of that information. They have no one playing in the back of C for good reason. However, they have no info over towards Garage, and it's a very quick take onto B. That paranoia is so deep, Sully, and it still ends up connecting. Skadoodle with a couple of bullets through does end up getting one in the back of mid, and oh my, indeed they are. They are going right through spawn. Skadoodle is trying to go right in through long to try to hold this back.
So
but
weird.
it's going to be a backside plant with just about 20 seconds.
No,
They know exactly where everyone
Timothy,
is.
click
Mummay
your
is gonna find
mouse.
Automatic in the back. They know they made those rotations on the A site. They know where Skadoodle is. One bullet's all it's going to
No
take.
way.
Victor struggling to get the kill, but has hot hands to heal up, and instead uses
That's
it
it.
for the fight. And automatic, or apologies, Skadoodle is still not
No
going
way, they're
down.
recovering.
How is this
They're
happening for
recovering.
Envy?
Okay, Envy, it's a little bit of a disaster. They can't take down Scott, like you mentioned. What is the speed? Spike is still
Oh,
down.
he hit the
There's a player still
bird.
over towards B.
Oh,
They're
he
waiting
shot his
for the
teammate's
approach,
bird.
but oh,
I didn't even know you could do that.
Mummay and Victor finally get the kills that they just so
Oh,
desperately needed.
no.
And Brax, who was waiting up in B.
If he
who was
waited for the
waiting up in
flash
Connector,
before he
could
peeked, they
not
would've won that
find
round.
anything. It's a 2v3
That flash was so
clutch
good.
for
His
Envy. They
teammate peeked
pull
a
it
little
off.
early though.
It's a round that just flip-flops back and forth. T1, they looked like they had it, and yeah, you sure as heck need a timeout at this point in time. I mean, the read was there for
Look at this, he hit the bird.
They
Look.
knew that
He shot the bird.
in that cubby. They knew the
didn't
other
even know you could do
players
that.
would be rotating in from that A site. Spawn and Garage were their 2 main worries. In T1, they had an advantage.
All right, well.
3v2 from a 4v3.
Fuck.
And somehow, Envy, they pull it out of their back pocket out of nothing. That single sky flash, honestly, I don't think it was a big deal, but it definitely drew attention away, and it didn't pop at that moment where I think it was automatic, or apologies, mate. Yeah, I think it was automatic that swing. It didn't pop when he needed it, and he lost his life because of it.
Yeah, which, yeah, hate to see, honestly. But, you know, in terms of the other, you know, interactions around the server that I've been kind of at least paying attention to, I am loving the proactivity of Skadoodle over towards long. He's been getting more comfortable, Sully, but in the same way that I like that approach, it's the same way that I absolutely hate it. That is Envy absolutely conditioning the hell out of Skadoodle. Skadoodle tries to go for one little dry peek or one little contact peek. He doesn't see anyone. He doesn't see anyone for just about like 10, 15 seconds, and he's already making his approach over towards C long. That is something that you desperately have to either take advantage of.
I feel like
if
every
you're
time I watch Envy
or
on Haven,
really
they
look out for
own.
if you're T1.
I feel like they know this map so well.
Back, Victor is gonna get the ult orb. He's gonna get
Yeah,
2
oh my
ult
gosh.
coins. He could even get a little more from this engagement. Brax up close, forced back a little bit by the Nanostorm, but it's slow again from Envy. After that first pick, they leave Marv here to lurk. He does his thing. He does his dance. He knows there's at least one. I don't know if he expects a second, and Victor's here to help back him up just in case. So, Envy, the 5v4 advantage. T1, what is the approach? A deep cam out long. We'll give them a little bit of information, but a smoke towards the top along. This conceals the movements of Envy. With a minute left, there's that opportunity where, yes, the contact's been made out A. Yes, the contact's been made out C. What site do they want to approach? And T1 have to spread themselves thin.
Thin line for Envy as they start to approach over towards C long. Again, only one person here. It's a fast rotation back over towards Garage, but does Don even have the right utility or the right firepower to really hold this back? He absolutely does not. Paranoia right to his face. Victor with a wide swing. That's yet another ult point for his favor. They give him the spike. He might just have ulti very soon again. Mummay Still trying to go for a peek over towards garage. There's still a player over there. T1 is not only down to 2, and we are
Is
most
Ethan
likely
back?
seeing
Really?
double digits from NV
Oh, he is.
Sully. 10-0.
What the heck?
Unreal.
All right.
These players from T1, they're still trying for a couple of exits potentially.
What just
Automatic
happened?
ends up getting
Tim?
2 and could potentially get a rifle back in his favor
Oh.
for this. Victor is still back in the spawn. Might go for the peek. And instead, it's Curry going for the peek. Automatic gets the trade back. FNS still over towards long. Same thing with his teammate. And FNS still around. Automatic is still stomping around making noise. And he's still in the middle of the spike zone. And he wants to take down FNS too. Okay. I like that. Good economic damage. Don't really know if economic damage is a thing when most of your opponents are at max. But, like, cool attempt, you know?
Yeah, nice flare from Automatic, at least showing a little bit of livelihood for T1. But the big thing is dude, Victor is, in one round, he collected 5 ult points. So he's got his ult back online.
10 is all they get. 10 is all they get. Yeah.
10 rounds
Let's
in.
go,
So even
T1. Yeah.
have that to play. They know it's a full buy from T1, so that'll be super handy. And FNS, he's got his lockdown as well, and it looks like it might just be a quick play into C here, right? You get garage control, throw down that lockdown. Victor's going to take that space and clear it out, and yeah, lockdown can come into effect here late into this round as Victor takes up all of that space and pushes them back even further.
And again, it's that run it back being so pesky, like you mentioned. Get the hell out of Dodge. Everyone from T1 running away, and now Victor wants to continue plugging away at that defense, and man, it happens again. Victor gets a big kill over towards mid, but out goes Skadoodle. Skadoodle ends up getting killed at the exact same time.
11 is all they get.
11 is all they get. And it's Mummay with the op, looking way better this map with the op, getting 3 kills back in his favor, 11-0.
Well, so
That's all they get. 11.
T1 13 node, Ghost Gaming.
Uh-huh.
And then Envy say Revenge for Ghost Gaming, and they 13-0 T1 on Haven. What do you know?
Yo, high
how things
key.
work out.
High key, if the Ghost players are watching this, I want like a
What are these guys doing?
tweet.
Oh, low time
Something,
probably.
You know, something underhanded.
Yeah,
Holy
T1.
shit, that was
Make it happen,
close.
Creed.
Creed can definitely make it happen, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
11's all they
in we
get, am I
go.
right, chat?
Envy can potentially pull off a little bit of cheekiness later. If they can talk about a 13-0, but they need to continue the 13-0. It's a very quick takeover towards the C side. There's one person right in the middle of the smoke, and that a singular person is gonna stop this Sully. It's just been back to back to back to back C takes, and it's
Back
working
to
out
back to back to
flawlessly for
back.
Envy again. T1
Back
is
to
in
back
a
to
full
back.
retake scenario in a 5v5.
Yeah, and look at how the
11's
range
all
of
they
that
get.
Lockdown Crash is taking up all that space. He's not gonna dodge it. 2-player stun, but there's one in the back. Marv again being that pesky lurk. Heat taking off the players in garage, and that is fantastic
No
from Envy to
way.
close out the half.
12 is
more.
all they get. That's it. They only get 12. No more. Well, that game's over. T1's lost. T1 lost. Like, it's... You know what? I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to check. I bet you they already lost. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it would have been... Never mind. I thought it would have already updated, you know? All right. Sorry. Let's watch the gun round.
Operator coming into play for the defensive side, but everyone going to have their Vandals and Phantoms ready to go. So we'll see how Noble wants to keep things going. The opposing walls on B side, kind of the usual situation. A little bit of a 1-4 setup as Noble looking to pry open long B early.
Oh, he didn't have his gun out.
Metro spots it and backs off.
It's a poison cloud we've seen just about every single round so far from Noble.
That was
as well.
Disneyland.
Remember them trying
I mean,
to
it was
aggressively get
Disneyland,
that was
you
positioned
know?
a little bit further up to deny Hiko's line of sight top container. So definitely something to keep in mind, but the hit seems to be pretty well underway. Nitro, has he read this, trying for some spam shots, actually takes one in return, and that will mean he has to back down, wait for help.
Yeah, put the snake fight down, trying to spam through
He
the
mauled-
board.
what?
Let's get the kill, but the spike
Oh!
go through prior. Going to catch this Leviathan, trying to jump in the container. And so 100 D's had the edge here, at least for now.
Asuna.
Hiko,
Just own it.
shot over the top. Lear to free up Asuna. Wants to take over some space. Tries to clear out backside yellow. No one's actually there, though, for Noble. And Nitro, he's sticking for the
Hard
view.
stick.
Already through halfway. On the way to completion, and Noble will find a couple of kills, but
Hold on, I gotta watch this round.
takes
I gotta know if they
scenario.
get 13 0'd. I have to know.
T1 this time with full control. Curry has to start things off right with that frenzy. Gonna be able to get one, but no trade back. FNS coming in from window. Actually collecting up automatic, who's there for the trade against Marv. So now it's just a fight. Brax going in for the white swing, taking down FNS. Mummay still alive, but the ghost needs a headshot against Skadoodle. But gonna get it with a couple of volley shots. 11 HP
There
left
it
on Brax.
is.
And there it
I didn't see any of that. That match doesn't exist in my
We
eyes.
had the first full buy. ZK looking to teleport to get the very quick